everybody. I know you didn't have any audio, but I did, and I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head forever. You can just imagine what it was.
It's a catchy tune.
Well, hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've had so many coffee and combos lately, but this one I've been really looking forward to because I know a lot of our customers and people we've been talking to have been super intrigued and interested in this integration that we have with our partner Incident IQ. So super excited to be talking about that integration today. And we've got two great speakers. We've got Scott Jonard, who you all probably know pretty well at this point if you've been along for our coffee and combos, and Keyton Gibson from Incident IQ. I'm just here to do the housekeeping things, so I will get that over with and then pass it on to our wonderful presenters. If you're interested in getting the coffee for the coffee and convo, all I need you to do at this point is to stick around till the end to do a quick exit survey. Gives us a little information about you and is super helpful for us on the back end. And yeah, and then you needed to have registered with a valid school email address. So that will get you the $5 Starbucks gift card. And we all love that. That's why some of us are here. And that's great. Secondly, if you have any questions throughout the session, feel free to pop them in the chat. I will be keeping an eye on it throughout the session. Our presenters will be keeping a looser eye on it. We'll answer them as they come if there are some natural pauses in the presentation. Otherwise, we have some time at the end for a Q&A, and we'll try to hit everything then. That is all that I have, so I'm going to pass it on to Scott and Keyton to really kick us off.
Hey, everybody. It is awesome to see everybody. Things to talk about, which is Incident IQ and creating sustainable programs. As you probably heard, if you've heard about creating sustainability, one of the most powerful tools to do that, one of the best partners we have is Incident IQ, which is absolutely awesome. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over some things on just creating sustainable programs and how we can really engage with sustainability. And then I'm going to pass it on to Keyton, who's going to really kind of show us kind of the get a little bit more granular with what does this integration look like, and then we'll finish off with time for a quick Q&A. If you do have any questions, you can toss those in the chat, and then at the end we'll make sure that all your questions are answered. All right, I hope that you have your Tom Trafera tops with you in case you get stressed out. I saw a few people a little worried before, but let's get into it. So the key question that I always ask when it comes to any sort of technology engagement and when we're talking about sustainability is that question of, is your technology making the instructional impact you need it to? I say it all the time where our technology that we bring on, it only matters if it's making an impact in the classroom. Is it changing the dynamic between the teacher and the student and the learning environment? And there's a lot that goes into it, into making that happen. So we're just going to go over a couple of key things and where I really feel like this integration with Incident IQ can really help that. Really, for this topic, we're talking about three specific things that I think are incredibly important. Your asset management, knowing where everything is, who it has it, what's going on with it is incredibly important. You also have to pair that with a warranty or repair process, whether that's internal, you partner with someone like Trafera on your warranty, whatever that is, but you need to be able to know what's happening with your devices. And they need to have that roadmap that says, okay, where are you now and where do you want to be? So we're going to really be kind of going over those into a little bit more detail in the next few seconds. Thank you. So the first thing is asset management. That's really where the Incident IQ comes into just an amazing outlook. And I love taking a look at Incident IQ, playing around with Incident IQ, because when I was a tech director for a long time, I had spreadsheets on top of spreadsheets on top of spreadsheets. Now, I am your man if you want to know how to create a Google Sheets query, but the linkage and the data that you get from Incident IQ that Keaton's going to be going over is just absolutely incredible. And it's amazing how that can have a direct impact on that instruction, so that you know where every single piece is, which is awesome. And I think that that's so incredibly critical. So, are you getting the data you need? And is it actionable data? That's what's key. And that's what this integration gives us. When we're able to just see at a click, where's all my devices? What's happening? What's the history of those devices? Is just so incredibly powerful. And so I think it's absolutely critical that you have that foundation of asset management, knowing where everything is. And then we can talk about the warranty and repair cycle for our devices. And really knowing, awesome, thank you. So this comes into that data piece, the warranty repair. The reality is that every single person in your organization needs to know what that process is. And you need to be able to report consistently on what that process is and how are those devices being engaged. At a touch of a button, if I have to make a presentation to the board, or if I need to go to uh, if I need to go to the board, or if I need to go to my superintendent or my CBO to talk to them about a refresh cycle, really having that data on what's our instructional uptime, how do we engage, what's that repair process, is so incredibly important. And that's again where Incident IQ is such a powerful component. When I was a principal, if I could have just clicked a button and seen all the Chromebooks assigned to my school and see where they're at, oh, they're sent off for repair, they're being sent back, that this is what's happening with everything. I would have loved that. And I think that that's where it's really kind of changes that dynamic where you can have something, you can have your dashboards for your teachers, for your site administrators, all that, where you can have that data and know what's happening to my devices, because nothing is worse, in my opinion. Let me correct that. There's lots of things worse than what I'm going to say. But as far as creating sustainable technology, one of the absolute killers is when you get that teacher that's excited about an implementation, wants to do something, talks about an engaging lesson that they just did, to ask their students to pull out their Chromebooks and force students to raise their hand and say, sorry, I cracked my screen last week. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't have a Chromebook. Being able to really facilitate that and empower your teachers with that information is incredibly, incredibly important. So you not only need to have a system in place, again, there's tons out there. You also need to know what that is, how complete your coverage is, what devices are being covered, and what that usage is. And that's exactly where uh, this integration with Insight is just so cool. It just at a touch of a button, it's so awesome to have that data. And then the other thing we're going to talk about is the roadmap and how we can really use our Incident IQ data and and our data on where our devices are at to help with roadmaps. I talk with a lot of districts about this sustainability, and we are always talking about, okay, so how do we prioritize getting devices out? Or how do we prioritize replacing devices? What replacement cycle do we want to be on? And one of the big challenges is that a lot of schools don't know where their devices are, even still, because back a few years ago when everybody got devices, they just kind of thrust devices out. And since then, they've been kind of replacing ad hoc as they need. And now they've reached a point where they need to kind of have a real replacement strategy. And that's where this road mapping and where, again, the Incident IQ, you can just at the push of a button have the data on where your device is, how old are your devices, what's happening with your devices, how can I replace those devices in a sustainable way, and then you can really build from that foundational knowledge that replacement cycle that is equitable, that provides appropriate access, and at the same time is gets you to that sustainable level. So I think it's incredibly powerful tool to kind of help foster that. And I'm really excited to have Keaton kind of share his expertise as we kind of go on. But let's take a look at that last slide. And so really what we're talking about here, and I'm going to toss it off to Keaton here, is really kind of making sure that we are aligning our vision and our mission with Incident IQ and with Trafera, which is awesome. All right, thank you very much, Keaton. Again, make sure that you toss in those questions in the chat, and we'll make sure to get to them. Keaton?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Scott. And as everyone in here knows, Trafera does some awesome things on their own. But today we're really going to highlight really some of the value between an integration and the partnership between Trafera and Incident IQ, and how that can help districts really kind of be able to support the sustainable one-to-one environment. So let's begin with a little bit of background on Incident IQ. We are a service and asset management platform built directly for K-12. Out-of-the-box integrations allow districts to remove some of the silos they're working through today, whether that be help desk and asset management, whether that be integrating with core district systems like SSO, your SIS, or MDMs being employed at the district, or what we'll highlight today, the tracking of their warranty and repair services through a provider like Trafera. So the overall goal of Incident IQ is to remove a lot of silos and give districts a one-stop shop platform to support teaching and learning in the classroom. So the removal, and if we could go to the next slide, Kate, the removal of silos between systems like your help desk and your warranty repair services with Trafera can really allow districts to enhance their interoperability, support a sustainable one-to-one initiative, and improve the overall support experience in the district. So let's begin with, and on our next slide, what is the Incident IQ and Trafera integration? Well, it's the capability of having help desk ticketing, IT asset management, and warranty and repair services integrated all into one place. This can give a district tools and accessibility to have a singular experience for creating help tickets, submitting warranty claims to Trafera, requesting parts from Trafera within the ticket experience, getting live updates on the parts and repair process for that ticket, generating and creating shipping labels, and improving the overall district reporting by putting this all within one ticket timeline where we know who has done what device we're working on, what its warranty end date and provider service level is, and really just allowing that visibility to all the stakeholders that'll be involved. So why do we do it? We want to improve the overall experience within district budgets. So the thing we always hear, work smarter, not harder. We want to build a foundation to support a sustainable one-to-one program. But we also want to make sure you're still governing access and permissions around these processes, making sure leadership or technicians are looped in with the access they need to have to be able to view this information. We want to improve data accuracy and reporting by eliminating some of these silos we've already talked about. And then the name of the game, adding value by lowering the total cost of ownership for devices that districts are purchasing and employing in schools each and every day. So now let's talk about what you get with the Incident IQ and Trafera integration. And this is going to be synced warranty asset data from Trafera, allowing for warranty dates and coverage types to all be viewable and accessible within your IT asset management system. This allows for enhanced reporting on that warranty information. So we know when we're losing warranty or what types of warranty we have and how many devices might fall under those categories. And for the ticketing side, it's tons of interoperability to allow repair requests, shipping label creation, live monitoring of the repair process while it's in Trafera's hands, and even building in approval workflows, think back to governance, like I just talked about, to make sure that leaders are getting the visibility they need. And, you know, Scott already mentioned clicking into a device and not having that information is not something anyone wants to fall into. So making sure all of that visibility and everything that's happened as a part of this help ticket and the warranty provider from Trafera on the back end is all visible within that timeline. Now, before we do get into some visuals, I would like to reference this quote from one of our awesome customers who actually helped us make this integration happen. Time savings for his team, but for him, the accountability improvement is huge. The IIQ timeline tells the full story of what was done, and we can't close a ticket until that device does come back from Trafera. Plus, visibility into what is happening with a shipped device without having to contact the tech means all you have to do is look it up. So exactly like Scott said, jumping into a device, having visibility into the full timeline, when it may have been sent to Trafera, what open help desk tickets it may have, and so much more. So before we get into some Q&A, I want to get us into probably what most folks are here for today, to see a little bit of what this integration looks like. So to get started, I've got a view here of an Incident IQ asset report for all devices, in this example, that are covered by the Trafera Platinum warranty. So this not only allows you to report on data like what warranties are covered for each of your devices, or the end of life or end of warranty dates there, but also even being able to visually see with that covered by Trafera widget there attached to those devices, which ones we know are under coverage and for how long. But let's also look at how this actually integrates into a ticket process. So if we look at this screenshot here, and I know we're a little small, but as we access this data, we can see who submitted this help desk request. We've got quick access to what the issue at hand actually is, and a lot of ways for our technicians to be able to service and communicate with the requester of this ticket. But in the bottom right, you'll notice an awesome little widget there that's going to contain and give access to some of that Trafera warranty information. So we see our ability to add it to a claim queue or request parts. Now, as we move through to our next slide here, we'll also see what that kind of looks like if we do need approvals built in. So I know not everyone wants to just give everyone accessing tickets the ability to begin one of these Trafera warranty claims. And so we can also build in some approval workflows through Incident IQ so that we know leaders and administrators are coming in and saying, hey, yes, this is a device that we can send to Trafera before that process is even beginning. Now, on our next slide, we'll actually see that once that process does begin, we're going to track that live within your help desk ticket so that you're not having to jump from different system to different system to see this info or report on it in different places. Again, eliminating silos by giving you order numbers, statuses, and even instructions all within your help ticket as to what's going on the Trafera warranty and repair side. This also, in our next slide, we'll see gives you the ability to go see that whole request queue, see what open parts requests are taking place with Trafera. Additionally, seeing what shipments are happening, where devices are at as far as that overall just process of getting the fix from Trafera, knowing when we can receive devices back, where they're at in that process, and really just kind of honing in around that whole visibility side of things under one platform, allowing us to eliminate silos. Now, a little more here of kind of what I've already set up for us is, seeing that live update, the status of shipped here. Again, having that talk back and forth with these warranty, with the warranty service with Trafera, so that you're not jumping system to system and you're seeing this all in one place. Now, I believe my last screenshot on this next slide is really just going to more kind of visualize that reporting metric that leaders can have into what tickets are with Trafera. What stage are they at with Trafera? What are we waiting on? When do we expect devices? When were tickets last updated by Trafera? So putting this all under your current help desk operations that, like I mentioned earlier, are already integrating with your SIS, your SSO, your MDMs, and giving you that data, but now also eliminating the silo on the actual back-end fixes that are being provided by Trafera under your warranty and repair services. So with that, I do believe we've got some questions coming in and we want to get to these. So I'll ask Scott to come back and join me, and we'll begin to kind of get into how we can answer some questions and give you a better understanding of the partnership between Incident IQ and Trafera.
Great work,
So
Keyton.
Thank you, Scott.
Awesome.
Well, great.
All right.
We're seeing a bunch of questions come in on the
thank you,
chat.
Kate.
The first one is pretty simple one. If someone does not have Incident IQ, how do they get started with that?
Absolutely. So if you'd like to visit our website at incidentiq.com, we'd be more than happy to get you in touch with a rep who can give you a little more information about Incident IQ, whether it be kind of solely on the IT asset management and help desk side, but also how we can integrate with Trafera and really streamline a lot of support operations at the district. So I would request that you check out our website, reach out to us, and we'd be more than happy to get the information that you need.
Right. And if you are already working with a Trafera rep, they can also help liaison you over to Incident.
Great.
That all set up.
Great
Okay.
point, Kate.
Next question. How would warranty through Trafera work with warranties that aren't necessarily a Trafera warranty, but are a manufacturer warranty like Acer, Asus, Lenovo, HP?
So we are a authorized service provider for most companies. It would be a conversation, but we do have several districts who get their Chromebook service through us, both that are covered by the Trafera warranty and some that are covered by their OEM warranty. So that would just be a conversation with your sales rep. Reach out, and that's a great place to get started. And one of the things that we talk about all the time is it's a free integration, easy to go, and it works great. So even if you aren't purchasing your warranty today from us, we'd love to have that conversation to get that integration going so that we can support you on that end.
All right. Easy one that I can answer about the recording of this meeting. We record all of our webinars and we put them on our YouTube channel under a playlist called Webinars and Sessions. So I will, as soon as I stop talking right now, I will put the link in the chat so you can have access to that. Typically we get it up within the next day and you'll have access to it from here on out. And then John asks, what is the cost?
As Eric just said, and it was the one that was, it is free. You can have a conversation with your rep, and we can get that going.
Great. Another question. I saw you could request parts through Trafera. How reliable are parts ordered and sent? We sometimes have trouble getting parts for certain models.
I would say that we do a really, really good job supporting the Chromebooks that are out there, and I would say that that having a conversation with the rep, sometimes parts can be a challenge, like for anyone, but it really kind of depends on what model you have, what Chromebook you have, what issues you have. If we could have a conversation with you, that would be awesome. And we have tons and tons of parts. We support tons and tons of Chromebooks. I can never commit to perfection, but we do a very solid job on that. And depending on your device, we might have a ton of parts, or we might be struggling as well. So please reach out and we can have that conversation.
Okay. Great. Matt asks, I manage IT at multiple schools. Does each school need its own instance, or can Incident IQ be utilized as an MSP?
Yeah, Matt, that's a great question. And we've actually had some examples of both among some of the Incident IQ customers we work with. It'll come down to some nuance. I talked earlier about integrations with your SIS, your SSO, and with your MDM. So it may come down to a little bit of how that setup is. But if you would like to reach out to your Trafera rep to get a demo with Incident IQ or directly to Incident IQ, we'd be more than happy to talk through that with you and figure out which may work best for you.
Amazing. So many great questions. Another simple one that is definitely important for everyone to hear. How do you set up the integration? Like, let's talk getting started.
That is awesome, Don. All you have to do is reach out to your rep. You can reach out to your Trafera rep. We'll just get on with you. We have a getting started document, very simple, and then we can kind of go from there to kind of talk about how we can get going. If you're already an Incident IQ customer, then we can also make that connection with Incident IQ if you're looking to get that as well.
Okay. Yanni asks, I tried to order parts, but can I ask for 3 chargers for backup? That might be a little bit more of a logistical question to talk with your Trafera rep about what we can get in terms of parts. Feel free to reach out to your Trafera rep with that question. Let's see. Stefan or Stephen, never know how to pronounce the PHs. From Fayette County Schools, we have Incident IQ and have already integrated our Active Directory and also opened the pipeline between our Incident IQ and Trafera IIQ about 2 weeks ago. I just imported the first round of our assets, Microsoft Surface, Go laptops this morning, still more to go from other tech spreadsheets. I see no MS Advanced Exchange or warranty info yet. Just curious about how long that would take if I'm understanding properly how it works.
Yes, Stephen, and I would suggest there to reach out to your CSM. If you're not quite sure who that is, reach out to your sales rep and we'll get you in touch. We'll just need to connect with Trafera to see what they cover on their side. And then we'll be able to pull that into Incident IQ and integrate some of that in-ticket experience that we displayed in some of the slides here today.
Great.
Yep.
Well, hopefully, if nothing else, you're getting the gist that you have a ton of support on both ends to help with this integration. There are great account managers over at Incident IQ, great account managers at Trafera. Both are more than willing to help with this integration, getting you set up, helping you operate through it, and all that. I'm going to pop our exit survey up right now so people can start taking that while some final questions come in, if there are any. Otherwise, thank you all so much for attending today. Great questions, great presenter. Thank you so much, Scott. Thank you, Keyton. We're super thrilled about this integration. We hope it can really help save some time, help schools, help you and your school do more with less. I know that's kind of on everyone's heart these days, and we're really eager to help you get it all set up and get started. So don't be strangers. Can someone confirm that the exit survey has popped up? It hasn't.
Yes.
Wonderful. Great.
Yep.
Well, then we are just going to leave that up for a little bit. We'll say goodbye, but we'll leave that up so you can take it before you head out too. But thank you again. We will see you all very soon. Bye.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Keaton. Talk to you later.
Bye.